Hi there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So today we're going to be doing the love predictions reading for February. If you haven't already seen the general predictions reading for February, then definitely go and check that out. That's going to be linked in the description box. And today, because it's the love predictions reading, we've got a lot to get through. I always do a pick a pile and pick a gnome option for the monthly love predictions. So you'll be picking not just a pile here, but also one of my gnomes. Before we get into the piles, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who is subscribed to this channel, everyone who's donated to this channel via tips on PayPal or Etsy or new decks over on Amazon. Thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you to all of my patrons on my Patreon page, including Kat, Alexandra, Kelly, Shelley and Ron. Thank you so much for all of your support on there. And yeah, just thank you to everyone who has gone out of their way to show support for this channel. So let's take a look at the piles that we'll be doing today. And as always, we've got lots of oracle cards, we've got charms, we've got dice, we've got a lot to get through today. It's going to be a fairly in-depth reading. So over on group 1, we have Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, and we've got the Ramses Tarot of Eternity. So just ask yourself, what's coming towards me in love? What can I expect in my love life in February? Pile 2 has Mickey Mouse, and the Happy Tarot. So Mickey Mouse and Happy Tarot on pile 2. And then pile 3, we've got Eeyore, also from Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore the donkey, and the Faery Tarot. So those are your piles, and they're going to be your main reading. So there'll be lots of tarot and oracle cards, there'll be charms and dice on those readings. And then you can pick a gnome for your channeled messages this month and just kind of a few extra cards to make it a more personalized reading for you. So let's take a look at the gnomes. So we've got Gnome A, which is Gismund. Gnome B, Gunvald. Gnome C, Geir, and Gnome D, Gjord. So you might want to choose more than one gnome or more than one pile. If you're drawn to more than one, that's completely fine. If you don't feel like you can choose a pile and a gnome straight away, that's also okay. You can pick a pile, for example, go and watch that and then come back to the start of this video and pick a gnome. And you can pause the video, of course, if you need more time. Just go with whichever pile or gnome is intuitively calling out to you. So whichever one you feel tingly when you look at, or you can't stop feeling pulled towards that particular pile or gnome. And that will give you a more accurate reading than just choosing the toy that you think is the cutest or the gnome that you prefer out of the 4. So always go by intuition. And when you're ready, you guys, I'm going to start with pile number 1. I'm really excited for today's reading. Hi there group 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose Tigger and the Ramses Tarot of Eternity, then this is the reading for you, or your main reading I should say, because we always get some extra messages on these monthly love readings from the gnomes. So I'm going to get your tarot cards first, group 1, and just see what's coming towards you in love, what the energies are. Okay, so we've got the Justice card first of all here. So Libra energy is the first zodiac sign to come out. Then we've got the Lovers, Gemini, so strong air sign energy for this pile. Then the Tower, so you've got 3 major arcana cards all in a row. And then finally 10 of Cups. So this is nice, group 1. It's interesting the kind of message I'm getting from this, because the cards almost seem to be painting a picture of it for me, because as soon as I saw the Justice card and the 10 of Cups, because those were the first ones that popped out laid up, I immediately thought harmony. Those are the kinds of feelings that I associate with those 2 cards. And then we've got the Lovers and the Tower here. And what always draws my attention in this deck, because I've not seen a Lovers card like it in any other deck, is that it's not 2 people together as you know, a loving pairing. It's like one person surrounded by all of these women who are trying to get his attention and trying to make him choose them. So I just find this very different energy from the normal lovers card feeling. And so what I'm getting is that either you or someone you're interested in, there's kind of been like some time apart or like a falling out here, because I feel as though one of you is more interested in other people, or one of you is trying to keep your options open. So I'm not saying that this is about cheating in a relationship, because I don't think it is that. And I don't think either that for all of you this is a really serious relationship that you've been in and then broken up. I think for some of you it might even be someone that you've had a crush on and haven't really done anything romantically with, but you see them surrounded by these other options, and that's kind of made you feel threatened, or made you feel like, you know, you don't like what's going on here. Because we've got the Tower, and so the Tower is all about disruption to the normal way of living. So breaks in relationships, for example, major changes to the way that you live your life. And then on either side of these two cards is where we've got Justice and the Ten of Cups. So what I feel is going on here, group one, as I've said, is that there is this connection where either you or someone that you have your eye on, or someone you've been talking to, has been kind of keeping their options open when it comes to love, or as maybe, you know, there's been a breaking up and then dating other people and then coming back together again. And that's what I see in this month, is this kind of harmony again, this coming back together with the Justice. It's like making amends, you know, getting back onto an even keel, feeling happy with one another again, forgiveness as well for any past misdeeds or things that were said in anger or out of sadness. And then Ten of Cups as well, the sense of fulfillment in relationships, coming together very happily. So I'm very curious to see what your oracle cards are going to say about this. So let's start off with a romance angel. Okay, so honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, and love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. That's interesting. I'm wondering if maybe some of you were talking to someone who wasn't able to commit or didn't want to kind of settle down or make a decision about the relationship, and you chose to pull back from that and say, look, I need to work on myself at the moment. I can't stay in this situation. Energies can be reversed, of course, so this could be someone you were talking to who you didn't want to commit to, possibly, or you got the feeling someone liked you, but you didn't want to let on that you felt that way or how you felt, because you didn't want to settle down into a specific labelled relationship. So that's what I'm seeing here, is someone choosing to take a step out and kind of explore their options or work on themselves. And honeymoon as well. Honeymoon is interesting. I feel like the time you've spent together physically recently has been quite brief. And I feel as well that in February there may be a reconciliation in a physical sense. So if the two of you have been apart for quite a long time, whether this is a full-blown relationship or just a crush or someone that you would like to pursue something more with, maybe even someone you've just been talking to online and you've never actually met, but you've both still been exploring other options. I feel like in February there comes this opportunity to meet up in the physical, which is nice. I feel like that's why this forgiveness and this harmony is instigated, is because you actually see each other and have a proper discussion, or the relationship kind of picks back up again when you see each other physically. Focus on love. Number 24, look for the good in everyone. Yeah, that's interesting. This is about not blaming other people, trying to focus on their good points and seeking out love in all situations. Let's get an inner child card. Okay, so you've got a couple of cards that have jumped out here. You've got Ten of Swords. And you've also got Aladdin and the Magic Lamp, which is the Magician. Another major arcana card. And then you've got Ace of Wands. So two kind of aces there, two beginnings. So what I see going on here, group one, is that this is possibly a connection that you had thought was over or wasn't going to move forward anymore. So say you maybe have a crush on someone who is your friend or a colleague, and maybe you haven't been talking for a long time, or they got into a relationship, or they just weren't showing you the signals that you wanted to see. It feels like you'd given up on this moving forward, or maybe you were talking to someone online, they were still seeing other people, they didn't want to commit to anything, and you kind of had to write it off, is what I'm seeing. And then it's like in February, this kind of blows back up again. So I don't want to say that this is necessarily an ex coming back for all of you, because I don't think all of you have actually had a relationship with this person in a romantic sense. I feel like some of you, this is a friend or a colleague or someone that you were just chatting to, and it never really developed into anything more official. So with Aladdin and the Magic Lamp here, I obviously think of wishes being fulfilled. It's very separate from the normal magician energy, which is about you kind of going out and doing what you want and bringing about a solution to your own problems. In this sense, it's like a magical wish is granted, or things change around in a very unexplained or miraculous way. And then the Ace of Wands, to me, is about this resurgence of passion and excitement and fresh, new, enthusiastic energy. But I'm also really drawn to the butterfly imagery here, this feeling of transformation. So this situation seems to just really have changed, you know, beyond all recognition, completely beyond what you would have expected this to turn out like. So if you have kind of resigned this person to the past or thought that it would never turn romantic, then I think you're going to be quite surprised in this month, group one. So Throne, number 45, your potential is endless. That's nice. I think that's saying even if this person does come forward and suggest something to you, you don't have to take up that offer, or you don't have to resign yourself to this person forever if you feel like you can't fully trust them maybe, or you think your feelings have moved on. You can still gain closure from this situation without having a full-on relationship with this person or a long-term thing. Now also group one, I'm doing a bit of a elemental theme for this month's reading. So I've got Oracle of the Mermaids, Enchanted Blossoms, which are little dragon flower cards, and I've got the Wild Wisdom of the Faery Oracle, and then obviously your gnomes will be earth elemental readings. So I'm just using some cards from each of the elements to kind of bring together a more holistic reading. So there's your Enchanted Blossom, Tranquility. Okay, so the Tranquility card, coming to terms with things, being peaceful. And I will say as well, group one, even though you seem to have a lot of air sign energy, because we've got Libra and Gemini coming out, I do also strongly see fire here, because obviously this is a dragon card, but you've got Ace of Wands. Wands is a fire image. This Whispers of Love card has a dragon on it. And this Inner Child card also has a dragon on it. So I feel like dragon imagery is strong here, or you guys have a lot of fire energy or fire elementals that work to help you out. So let's get your water elemental card. Oh, you've got two. Okay, so Wave of Power, number 42, a surge of power, upswing in energy, exhilarating movement. That was the feeling I got from this Magician and Ace of Wands, is this sudden fresh burst of energy where things suddenly start to happen very quickly, or it just sort of comes out of the blue. I think you bump into this person or they get back in contact with you very suddenly. And then we have the Selkie and her skin, number 25, reclaiming your authenticity. So taking back your power, group one. And I think this is connected to that throne card there, where it's talking about you gaining closure from this situation. And you don't have to say yes to this person's advances or agree to meet them again if you don't want to. But it feels like the discussion that you have brings about a lot of harmony, whether or not you choose to let that lead into a relationship or not. But there's a lot here about self-respect, self-esteem, feeling more confident in yourself. Let's get your air elemental message. far, far away. Number 30, creative daydreaming. Interesting. And like I said, this does seem to pop up out of the blue. It seems like you are trying to manifest someone into your life, or you're interested in that, and this person just pops up out of nowhere. They might physically have been far, far away for a long time, in the sense that either they haven't been talking to you, or they might be geographically in a different city to you. Ooh, just dropping all these cards, slippery cards today. I'm wondering how many of you are actually going to pick this pile, because this message seems to be very specific. But then sometimes the ones that I think are the most specific end up being picked by so many people and resonating with so many people, so nothing will surprise me at this point. So this card is Practice Positivity, number 23. And so this is saying to focus on the positives. And again, it's about you looking towards your future, kind of sailing your own boat here towards your own destiny. You can choose to accept this person's offer, you can choose to walk away, but ultimately I think in both situations you're going to be feeling stronger and more powerful. So practice positivity, always try and figure out what you've learned from a situation or what positives you can take from this experience. So let's get you a message from the masculine, if it is a masculine you're looking for, group 1. Okay, again, 2 cards. So Bayame, beauty. So that's your first card. So either this person's very beautiful, or they're going to tell you that they find you very beautiful or very attractive, or that there's something very unique about you that draws them in. And Shiva, destroyer. Yeah, so this sense of closure, this sense of 10 of swords, you know, bringing something to a close and feeling comfortable with that. And again, it's not a dragon, but I often think of snakes as being very fire energy, kind of legless dragons in a way. Let's get you a message from the feminine as well. So if you are a feminine, you can take this as a message from your higher self. If you are interested in hearing from the feminine, if that's what you're looking for, then this will be a message on their behalf. Sulis, bodies of water. Wow, there's strong kind of elemental vibes going on here. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. And that's also a message about remembering not to get dehydrated, drink enough water. You might even end up seeing this person or meeting them by the water, because I've actually noticed now this is a boat on the water, and here we've got this dryad and this dragon meeting also by the water. Oh, and the honeymoon card as well, of course. This is like a gondola thing in Venice. So yeah, that really seems to make sense. Oh, I'm seeing it everywhere now. Look at this witch who's got fire in her hands, and then there's a mermaid sitting next to her. Wow. Okay, you guys, this is really cool. Did not expect this to come out. So one. So we've got the temple path here, number 12, which means that you are being guided by your spirit guides, by your passed over loved ones, by your highest self to make the right choices for you. For some reason, I'm also hearing cherries and I'm seeing a rowan tree. So first I thought cherry tree, but I was like, oh, it's definitely a rowan tree that I'm seeing, which is symbolic of protection and kind of being between two worlds, being in two different spaces at the same time. So protecting yourself from any negative energies and negative forces. But yeah, the cherries has got to be a message for someone. It might be someone's name or just like an in-joke or something. And cornucopia as well, number 11. Gorgeous card. I love anything to do with abundance like this. And I feel like this is just a good message of saying this is not going to be your only option. You are soon going to have a lot more options when it comes to people. So you can choose to pursue this person or not. It's completely up to you. Let's get you an archetype card to see what kind of person is coming towards you in February. Again, I'm just dropping cards. Okay, one. Right, so you've got 2 archetype cards here. So it could be 2 separate people or one person with attributes from both cards. So just take it however it resonates, you guys. It will be different for everyone. But the first card is Midas and Miser. So the way these archetype cards work is that they have light attributes and shadow attributes. They won't both necessarily apply to the same person. So you can just take the light attribute if that resonates, or the shadow attribute if that resonates, or you can take both, it doesn't matter. Just, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So the light attributes of this card are someone who is entrepreneurial or has creative ability to turn anything into gold, delight in sharing life's riches. So that's obviously Midas. And the Miser is shadow attributes, hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. And the other archetype card that you guys have got is Seeker. Light attribute is thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Shadow attribute is inability to commit to a path once found. That makes a lot of sense based on what the overall theme of this reading has been. So I'll just get you a couple more smaller cards now, group 1, and then we'll move on to your charms and dice. So Sinnlosigkeit, number 24, meaninglessness or senselessness, walking around and feeling like, why am I doing this? Why am I here? What's the meaning behind all of this? It feels so pointless. So that is someone's energy surrounding your love life at the moment, or influencing your love life. It could be yours or theirs. But notice that the higher self here, this angel, is trying to guide them to this better place, somewhere which is greener and has more opportunities, like this cornucopia. So this card alone seems to symbolize both the temple path and the cornucopia card. Message in a bottle, number 15. So I definitely feel like you are going to get this communication from someone out of the blue that you really didn't expect to hear from, or who you wouldn't expect to hear from in that kind of way. So like I said, it might be a colleague or a friend that you are interested in, and they know that, or they have an inkling of that, but they just haven't kind of acted on it before now. And then Buttercup. Be ready. The best, it's on its way. Love that, you guys. I think that's a gorgeous message to end your cards on. So let's do your charms. And I think it fits well with that cornucopia message as well, of lots of good things on the horizon. So if you don't like the sound of the charms being shuffled, or if you have your volume on high, I would recommend turning it down just while I shuffle the charms, because they can be loud, and while some of you really like the sound, not everyone does, so I always try and remember to say that. So group 1, love life in February. What's coming up? Okay, so while I was shuffling, this charm fell out, which used to be like a big explosion charm, but unfortunately the wooden charms don't fare well in the metal tin that I have, but it landed on that message in the bottle card, and so the explosion's always about something happening suddenly, something out of the blue. So I really do feel like you are going to get this message out of nowhere. You've also got the notification bell there, so someone trying to get your attention, and the Ace of Swords. Fresh communication. Although I do think as well that that sword charm sometimes makes me think of someone being on the defensive. So kind of communication that comes up and the person who receives it feels a bit defensive. You know, they're not sure how to react to it. We've got the winter charm as well. Obviously February is winter in the Northern Hemisphere. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, maybe winter was the last time you spoke to this person. You've got someone being very alert as well. It feels like, you know, you get that message and your heart starts beating really quickly, or you just can't stop thinking about it or wondering how to reply in the best possible way. We also have the olive branch there, so again, reaching out to someone, trying to make amends. And the word family. Interesting. Maybe you once considered this person to be a member of your family. Maybe you consult your family about how to respond to this person. It's definitely a message of love as well. This charm is about receiving a message of love or interest in that sense. And the octopus, that's about juggling lots of things at once. So maybe it was, you know, other options that got in the way in the past, someone not wanting to commit to one person or settle down too quickly. Maybe it was to do with circumstances like juggling jobs, children maybe as well, that stopped this person in the past from committing. We've got the Sagittarius charm there, which is also about determination. The key, solutions to problems, kind of unlocking a blockage in a sense, setting something free, freeing up some old energy. We've got the happy couple charm, which is lovely. So I do think that's definitely coming your way. Whether it's with this person or not, I see it soon in your energy group 1. And finally, we've got the Saturn charm. So someone's Saturn placement really affecting this. Saturn could also be related to Capricorn. Let's get your dice on top. Okay, so we're rolling the 6th set of dice for you, group 1. That is the Voyager's dice. These ones. See how many we're going to roll. 6. Okay, so 6 might be a special number for you guys. And of course, now that I'm saying that, when I look at these two cards here, number 24, Sinnlosigkeit, number 15, Messages in a Bottle, they both add up to the number 6. So, group 1, love life in February. And here as well, you've got 42. So 24, 42, mirror numbers and adding up to 6. The Lovers is the number 6 as well. Tower is number 16. It's just completely grabbed my attention now. So what have we got here? We've got the jigsaw. So with the jigsaw, I think finding the missing piece to the puzzle, kind of bringing an end to something, bringing yourself closure, which I really feel is what is happening here. You've also got these glasses, which really look like Harry Potter's glasses. And I just think of seeing things clearly when I get that, and taking back your power as well. This person bringing you closure seems to really boost your confidence or boost your sense of self, because it's like you finally have answers for why things turned out the way that they did. Also the axe there, when I think of that, I think of, like, again, definitively doing something. Like, you know, you chop the wood, you can't put it back together again. It's like a definitive choice. And also I sometimes think of this as being like beating yourself up a bit, like having an axe to grind with someone or with yourself. Got the magic beans there as well. So again, something unexpected happening, something growing very suddenly. The beanstalk, in Jack and the Beanstalk, grows overnight to this incredible height. So something turning, you know, escalating really quickly. And finally, we've got this dice about kind of running on empty. So I feel like this does boost your energy a lot. It really changes the way that you feel about yourself, because we've got all these charms and cards about you getting back your power, feeling like you're more confident again, being more comfortable in your own skin. And I feel like that's what this does for you. And it triggers just more positive choices, I feel, in love in general, not just related to this person. But I really hope this is helpful for you, group 1. And what you can do now is either jump ahead to your gnome in the timestamps if you've already picked him and you can remember what he's called or which one he is. If you haven't already picked your gnome, then go to the start of the video and choose him, and then you will get your channel messages and just a few extra cards from the gnomes as well to make this like more of a personalized reading. And I'm going to move on now to pile number 2. Hi there, group 2. If you chose Mickey Mouse and the Happy Tarot, then this is the main part of your reading, so welcome. So lots to get through here. We've got tarot, loads of oracle cards, charms and dice as always, and then you can go and pick your gnome and get your channel messages and some extra cards from the gnomes. And also in my cards here today, I've done a bit of an elemental theme. So I've got Oracle of the Mermaids, Wild Wisdom of the Faery, and Enchanted Blossoms, which is like a dragon flowery deck. So that's water, air and fire element, and then your gnome will obviously be earth element as well, and that worked out really well in the first group, so I'm looking forward to doing it here. So let's see what's coming towards you in love. Group 2 in February, let's see what the energies are. Okay, so we've got, I think this one was first actually, we've got the Six of Swords, first of all, then Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy there, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, then we've got the Fool, and Seven of Swords, so 2 swords cards surrounding a court card and a major arcana card. Interesting. So this is an interesting reading, group 2. It feels like a new beginning because I always sense new beginning when I get the Fool, and it's like you're working towards a particular goal in your love life or with someone else, because Six of Swords and Seven of Swords with the Page of Pentacles to me kind of feels like you're moving on from disappointment in love. You're determined to, you know, find someone and be happy or to have certain experiences. If you're in a relationship, I'm wondering if this is about moving on from betrayal, you know, possibly moving on from being cheated on, because Seven of Swords can sometimes talk about feeling betrayed or feeling like someone didn't have your back when you needed them to. So for those of you in relationships, it may be about gaining more trust for someone or being able to trust what they say more. But for those of you who aren't in relationships, it's more about your personal goals and being determined to find the right person, to have the right experiences. And you're all just putting in that work there, because Page of Pentacles is someone who is, you know, prepared to spend time getting to know someone or to show the universe that they're putting in plenty of effort. So let's get your romance angel, group 2. Unrequited love. Okay, so this may be an issue as well for some of you. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So some of you have been moving on from situations where you know, were dating someone but you didn't like them that much, or you maybe had a crush on someone who didn't reciprocate, or you were in a relationship and someone betrayed your trust and you felt like, well, you know, you couldn't have loved me if you would do something like that. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And that's what I felt from the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Swords and the Fool, was that you made this conscious choice to do things differently next time, or to have some fun, or to find happiness in love. It's like you've finally changed your mind and you're like, no, I'm not gonna talk to this person anymore when they've let me down, or I'm not gonna keep going for this kind of person if that's how it turns out. It's like you've made a decision in your mind to change things. Number 28, the Union of Hearts. A love connection defies explanation. So that's a gorgeous message here. Feels like there is someone you're going to be very drawn to who you just don't understand why it's such a close connection. So possibly a soulmate connection, possible past life connection as well, twin flame for some of you even. So this person showing up in your life soon if they're not already there. Then we have the Yellow Brick Road. Wow, the Sun card in the Inner Child cards deck. So that's beautiful. The Sun's all about happiness. And again, it's like seeing this goal on the horizon, having this idea about what you want, visualizing it, and knowing the steps to take to get to it. So that's what I'm seeing, group 2, is that you guys are determined now to do things differently or to have different experiences in the future. When I say do things differently, I'm not saying that things you've experienced in the past have been your own fault. I'm just saying that you're determined that things won't be the same in the future, and you have this goal or this vision, maybe even a particular person that you've set your sights on, and you know, you're determined to go out and get that and have fun with that. Witch, justice is coming, number 27. Wow. Okay, yeah, it's like some of you feel like your luck has just been down for so long in love or just in general, and you can feel now this shift in the energy. You feel like things are going to change for you, because I do feel that they are. With Six of Swords and the Fool, it's like this sudden change where things become happier, they become more freeing, they become less complicated. You know, there's no more caveats and tight restrictions around why someone behaves like this or why this happens. Let's get your water elemental message, group 2. Ooh. Number 9, the magic of the Kohellan Druid. Caution, secrecy, wary. So I get this card coming up when there is a secret, like something that you're not meant to know yet. So there is this secret admirer for you, perhaps, group 2 in February, or there is someone coming into your life, but at the moment it's a secret. And, you know, you're meant to be surprised by this or kind of swept off your feet in a sense. So that's nice. That's nice. Secret admirer. Or maybe someone even that you suspect has feelings for you, but they just haven't been open about it yet. They haven't told you. Okay, then your air elemental message, group 2, is secret doorway. Number 5, working with intuition, second sight opening, dimensional doorways. So kind of like shifting to a new reality. Group 2, like you visualize this perfect reality for yourself and you're determined to shift to it. So that's really interesting. And I think as well where it says working with intuition and second sight, it again is like you knowing something about someone even if they've not told you. Or feeling kind of inexplicably drawn to a person without knowing why, and that's what this strong connection is about. There's also a row here, and this will just be a message for some of you, but with the Cowardly Lion in the Wizard of Oz there, and then these 3 cards, these are all images of women with red hair, so that may be representative of you or someone that you're looking for. We've also got Grace here as your fire elemental energy message. So Grace again could be a name, or it's just telling you to be gracious about past issues and not try and dwell too much on the past. Look forward to the future, because that's where all this fun and happiness lies. Don't seek revenge. Just kind of let karma take care of things. So let's get you a message from the masculine, group 1, for those of you that are interested in hearing from a masculine. Okay, so we've got Anubis, protection, interesting. So for some of you, there's like a dual message that I'm getting through here. Some of you, there is a masculine who wants to protect you from undergoing any more suffering. It's like there is a protective energy. For others, it's more like there's a masculine who's protecting himself, like he's got his arms folded over his heart space here, Anubis, and so it's like protecting their feelings, not wanting to share that they like you or not wanting to tell you what you mean to them because they're afraid that you might reject them or that you're not ready to hear that and that it would go wrong. You know, some of you, I'm wondering if they think you're out of their league, and if they tell you that they like you, then it's going to go wrong for them because you're just going to kind of be jokey about it, or, you know, not agree with them or think, no, you're just my friend, blah, blah, blah. Some of you, they just think it's not the right time to tell this person when they're already so busy with all of this stuff. So that's your message from the masculine. So message from the feminine now. For those of you who want to hear from a feminine, this is your message from them. For those of you who are a feminine, then this is kind of like a message from your higher self. We've got Sedna, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So that's a lovely message. Again, suggesting that things are going to be okay. If you felt like you've had a run of bad luck, or you felt like there's not been enough love in your life, or that people haven't treated you in the best way, this is saying that those things are going to change and that you are going to be given exactly what you need to survive and to thrive as well. You're going to be given all of those tools. All of the right people are going to come into your life at the right time. So I just think that's a gorgeous message. And again, I get a very protective feeling from this. It's like very calm, almost motherly feeling with the image there. Okay, so 2 cards here now. We've got Explore Your Ancestry, number 13. And so this is saying that you could be living out patterns of behavior in relationships that you're family members such as parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, older siblings have been living out. You could also be kind of fulfilling karmic issues that have been going on throughout the generations in your family. So it's up to you now to break the chain of what's going on here. And I can see the numbers 62 and 34 on this card. So they're really, really tiny. They're quite hard to see, but I thought I'd point them out because they might resonate with someone. And then, yeah, oh my goodness, you guys, learn from karma. Okay, number 18. Yes, definitely this kind of karmic cycle thing, either from your family members, you know, living out their previous relationship choices or their relationship dynamics, or it's a much bigger thing caused by lots of previous generations and you're now breaking that cycle of karma. Wow, you guys, I can't believe that when I just was talking about that. Okay, group 2. Group 2, love life in February. We've got appreciation in the reverse, number 15. So needing to be more appreciative of what you do have. And I think that when we do go through tough times, we can often not realize that someone is there caring for us because we can just be dwelling on what we don't have, or we can, you know, sometimes not realize how good our friends are or how lucky we are to have certain things that other people don't have. So that's just saying when you dwell on the positives, when you kind of show gratitude for what you do have, the universe will bring more positivity into your life. So just trying to slightly change the focus that you have to bring in more positive energy. So group 2, I'm now going to get you an archetype card to see who is coming into your life in February in love, what kind of person they are. So we have Martyr. So light attribute is learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Shadow attribute is addiction to self-pity. Now you don't have to take both of these attributes if they don't resonate with you, but this is someone who's coming towards you. And I kind of get the feeling from Martyr and also from this protection card and the infinite supply card actually as well, that this is someone who is going to want to help you in some way, like someone who not like a white knight kind of person, but someone who wants to do small things to show that they care. So I feel like this person's love language is mainly through actions, acts of service. Like rather than saying, oh my god, I love you, you know, I'm so in love with you, you're gorgeous, blah 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 blah, they are going to be the kind of person who brings you some food if you've just been bereaved or something. They bring you some food, or they hang around your house and then they do something small. They help tidy up, they help wash up after they've been round. Those small things that show that they care rather than just walking out and doing nothing. Things that actually can be easy to go unnoticed, but they build up and they build up to show that they are like a pattern of caring behavior. That's what I get from this person. Quite a gentle nature, I think, because especially both of these cards as well seem to have a reflective, quiet nature. So I think this person that you're going to be talking to isn't very talkative, and I kind of get Virgo energy from them a little bit as well. Virgo, Pisces, potentially Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus sign. Okay, then we have got Verborgenes Selbst, number 7. Hidden self, and that is a message about subconscious self-sabotage. So making choices that you know are wrong for you or bad for you, just as like a form of self-punishment, even if you don't mean to. And number 19, Schamanische Prüfung, so shamanic test. So this has been a very difficult time that you've been through, group 2. It's been a big karmic battle for you that may have manifested itself mainly in relationships, but for some of you it might have stretched out to other areas of your life as well. And this is saying once you overcome that self-sabotage, that's when you finally get to make the choices that are right for you and when everything comes into right alignment for you. So I hope that resonates, group 2. Let's get a couple more cards, just little cards, and then we'll move on to your charms and dice. Wow, those shot out of the deck. Okay, so we've got number 17, the Fates. Beautiful, beautiful card. No Place Like Home, number 50. Love that card as well. It's got this feeling of sanctuary to it. Whenever I look at this, I think with it being up in the air like that, it's like no one can reach you, no one can hurt you once you're in there. And A Change in the Wind, number 12. Beautiful. So I get quite an airy energy from all three of these. This especially makes me think of the star card, so I think of Aquarius when I see that. But yeah, so interestingly, the Fates, this is going to be a fated meeting or a fated change for you. And like I've said, this whole karmic situation that you've been through was meant to happen. It was meant to teach you something, and I really do feel as though you guys have learned something, even if it's just on a subconscious level. No Place Like Home. I think this person coming into your life is going to make you feel at home. They're going to feel right for you. They're going to feel homely in a sense. They're going to feel comfortable and comforting. And a change in the wind. So this is the change that we've been talking about. Your luck changing for the better. Really beautiful. Oh, just dropping everything. I have quite clumsy fingers today, it seems. Aster, the past is over, let your true self step forward. I mean, is that not just a perfect message, you guys? Does that not just sum up what this has been saying, that you are moving on from those past situations and now you are stepping out into this incredible experience? So group 2, I'm going to do your charms now, and then we'll do your dice, but just my quick warning before I start, if you don't like the sound of charms being shuffled, just turn down the volume, because I know that not everyone likes it, although some of you really do. Just always try and remember to say that. So group 2, love life in February. Okay, group 2, lots of this stuff fell out while I was shuffling, so let me just focus on those first. So this little snowflake obsidian ball is about overcoming obstacles, which obviously is a massive theme in your reading here. We also got the owl, which is about listening to your inner voice, your intuition, kind of taking wisdom from that inner voice. Knowing that what your conscience and your inner voice are telling you are generally correct. We've got the winter charm. Obviously February is winter time in the Northern Hemisphere, but for those of you who aren't in the Northern Hemisphere, this could talk about issues that first started in winter or intensified in winter kind of coming to a close now. And then we got the number 6. So this could be the 6th of a month, like the 6th of February being important, or the 16th or the 26th. It can also be about the 6th house as well. So if you want to look up the 6th house, it's quite hard to say that, 6th house in astrology, and see how that might be affecting you in this month, then that could be helpful. You've got a guardian angel watching over you guys as well, which is beautiful. You've got the letters P and U, and those could be someone's name, they could be a place, they could be a word. I am seeing up, obviously, as well, and it's funny that you've got that house that's like in the air, because that is like the Disney movie Up. Very strong air energy for this group, I feel. Another angel feather there, and then you have the hummingbird, which says love is in the air. Really beautiful. Creativity, maybe this person likes music and you like music and that's how you bond together, or another kind of creative hobby or talent that you share. You've got a big key as well, so unlocking your future, solutions to problems, clearing away blockages in energy. You've got this fairy sitting on the moon. I always think about that as being waiting for your dreams to come true, just waiting for the right moment to come. And it really resonates with this Fates card here, because it's a similar image, but also this feeling of things being meant to happen, things being fated. And the movie camera there, which also might be connected to this creativity, interest or hobby. But when I get the movie camera, I think of things happening behind the scenes to set the stage for what you're going to experience. So this person already being brought forward into your life, or the right circumstances already being kind of sorted out for you, and it's just all going to happen naturally like that. Little bit of worry here with the worry thread. I think this comes from not wanting to make the same mistakes as you did in the past, or not wanting to make the mistakes of your parents, for example, as we've talked about, because that landed on the ancestry card. So just being conscious of that, which I feel you really are. Skeletons in the closet. So yeah, that's landed on unrequited love. So maybe you're thinking a lot about a past person who broke your heart, or whose heart you broke, and just kind of wishing that that didn't happen, or trying to learn something from it. And then you do also have this Kuan Yin charm group 2. So I feel like I need to pull a Kuan Yin Oracle card for you, even though I didn't get that out of the box this time. Okay, group 2, so I just paused the video while I unboxed the Kuan Yin Oracle deck. So let's see what message Divine Kuan Yin, loving Mother Kuan Yin, has for you this month. Okay, so your extra message is Enter the Jade Temple, number 11. So I will read you just the tiny beginning of the guidebook so that you get a feeling of what that card is about. Because these guidebooks, Alana Fairchild decks, her guidebooks are written like novels, like they are incredibly long. So let's see the intro to this card. Kuan Yin, in her temple of peaceful jade, causes all conflict to elevate to higher peaceful resolution. A resolution and healing of any situation that is concerning you is already underway. So that thing with the movie camera there, things being worked out for you behind the scenes. In fact, you are being asked to begin to feel the relief of that resolution now, so that you can more readily receive the divine solution and blessing of peace from the beloved Kuan Yin when it arrives. Okay, that's just a gorgeous message. So I'm pleased that you got that, you guys. And I feel like it's about the past situation as well. Or some of you possibly still trying to get out of an unhappy relationship. But yeah, definitely seem to be resolving that conflict now. So let's do your dice just to finish up then group 2, and then you can go and pick your gnome and get your additional messages there. Okay, so we're rolling the second set of dice for you, which is the original dice, and they look like this. So how many of these am I rolling for you today, group 2? Okay, that's a 0, so I'm going to roll again. 7. Great. So, group 2, love life in February. That's nice, the apple. That just makes me think straight away. Healthy relationships, healthier choices in the future. You've got the keyhole on the secret doorway card, and obviously here you've got a key as well. So that's beautiful, you guys. It's like this unlocking of a new beginning, which I think Enter the Jade Temple also reminds me of, because it's like entering a new space, a new thing. We've got the tent as well, which also makes me think of community, this person making you feel at home, feeling settled. Growth and stability there with the tree, also a very healthy dice. The bridges, building bridges, so harmony, coming to an agreement between two people, making your peace with the past as well, kind of building bridges between you and those feelings. Learn from karma, and you've got the learner dice on top of that. My god, this is crazy. I love it when this happens and we get these like really on point messages in the right place. This is why I love doing charms and dice, you guys. They just always seem to work out in the most incredible way. And so yeah, learning from past mistakes, learning the lessons of what you've experienced. And then the scarab beetle. So with the scarab beetle, I kind of think more than one thing. Firstly, I think of devotion. The scarab beetle is a very devoted creature. It's like rolling that ball of dung for ages, and in Egypt, in ancient Egypt, they believed that a giant scarab beetle rolled the sun across the sky each day. And that's what I feel this person is. This martyr character that's coming into your life is someone who's very diligent, who's going to be around for you and put the work in to show that they care. But the scarab beetle, I also feel like it's obviously an object of worship in ancient Egypt. So there's that idolizing thing. This person might put you on a pedestal, which isn't always healthy. So that's something that needs to be addressed. And past life issues as well. With the scarab beetle, you may have had a past life with this person, possibly even in ancient Egypt, who knows. But that's your messages from your main reading, group 2. I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope it resonated. It's lovely that you got that extra message as well. Now, if you can remember which gnome you chose, then just jump to the timestamps and choose the gnome. If not, if you haven't chosen one yet, then just go back to the start of the reading, the start of the video, in fact, and choose the gnome that you feel most intuitively drawn to. That will give you some channel messages and some extra cards. And I'm now going to move on to pile 3. Hey there, group 3. If you chose Eeyore and the Fairy Tarot, then this is going to be your main reading, and then the gnomes will give you a channeled message, channel messages, some extra cards as well, just to make it more personalized for you. We've got lots of oracle cards here for your main reading. We've got charms and dice, as always, and I've tried to do a little bit of an elemental theme for this video. So I'm going to be using the Oracle of the Mermaids, Wild Wisdom of the Faery, and Enchanted Blossoms, which is an oracle deck with like dragons and flowers on it. And then, so that's like water, air, and fire element. And then the gnomes obviously will be earth elemental when you go and watch your gnome. So let's see, group 3, what is coming up for you in love in February? What are the energies surrounding that? Okay, so what have we got here? We have the 9 of Acorns, which is the 9 of Wands. Then the 9 of Hearts, or the 9 of Cups. So there's 2 like 9s there, and they're both these people sitting on these mushrooms, and they're actually looking at each other even though they don't realize it. Then there's the Queen of Hearts, or the Queen of Cups. King of Bells, or King of Pentacles. And the 8 of Leaves, or 8 of Swords. So very varied energies in this reading, but what I just can't get over is that first image of the 2 people. They almost look like they're sulking on those mushrooms, or toadstools maybe, and then they don't realize they're actually looking at each other. And then we have this feminine energy and this masculine energy side by side. So I find that very interesting. I'm seeing Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn so far in this reading. So water signs and earth signs. Yeah, what I'm feeling is that you guys, either in love in general or in a particular relationship, have been having things a little bit tough, because the 9 of Wands is about really struggling, having to fight hard to get through a particularly difficult period of time. And I feel as though, you know, there's been this restriction as well with the 8 of Swords, feeling like you just can't move forward. This person is flat on the floor, you know, like things, circumstances just getting in the way, feeling like it's not fated or it's not right. You know, maybe right person, wrong time kind of thing, or right person, wrong circumstances. But then with these 2 people together, and also the 9 of Hearts, the 9 of Cups, I'm wondering if things are about to change for you soon. So I'm very interested to see what the oracle cards want to say, what kind of slant they're going to put on this reading, because the 9 of Cups for me is all about wish fulfillment. Let's get you a romance angel, group 3. So this, wow, this just leapt out while I was doing a pre-shuffle. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with one another. And it does feel like you've not been doing that so far, group 3. Those people sulking on the mushrooms really make me think that there's been a lot of silence here. Like if you're single, you haven't been articulating what you want. Maybe you haven't been putting the effort in to find someone because you feel like you don't have the energy or the time, or the circumstances aren't right. If you are talking to someone or have been in a relationship with someone, it feels like you're not talking properly about what you want. Okay, then 2 more of these have just jumped out. So chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, group 3. So really feeling drawn to someone, but also deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So this could be self-deception, like someone trying to tell themselves that they're not that into someone, or that they don't have feelings for someone when in fact they do, or someone trying to telling themselves they're happy being single when they're not. But it could also be someone holding something back from someone else. So deception can sometimes be, you know, someone needing to make a change in the relationship, or getting annoyed at repeat behaviors by someone but not speaking up about it. Could even be about hiding something from their past as well because they're ashamed or embarrassed about it. Whoa, you guys, honesty is essential. Number 38, speak with love and truth. So there needs to be some kind of honest discussion here, either with yourself or with this person that you're seeing. Group 3, there needs to be a talk about where this is going. Wow. Potion. Remember to practice self-love. Number 24. So if you have maybe had a falling out with someone, been ghosted recently, or just felt like you're not getting along with someone, or you're not happy being single, then this is very, very important, and it needs to be at the forefront. Kind of speaking your truth gently. You know, I think sometimes we get afraid of speaking truth sometimes because it can feel very confronting. You know, that whole phrase, the truth hurts, and often it does. But I feel like just acknowledging something is the first step towards improving the situation, whether it's just with yourself or whether it's in a relationship with someone else. Some of you possibly as well making spell jars or something as an intention to focus your energy. 6 of hearts there, so more hearts. That is the 6 of cups. And Ace of crystals, Ace of pentacles. You've got a gorgeous little gnome there. So I love that. I do feel that if you are talking to someone, or someone has kind of gone quiet on you recently, I do feel this relationship does have a good foundation. It's just that you need to be more honest, because I feel it's like circumstances getting in the way, or just the timing has left someone feeling very low energy, like they can't deal with what's going on right now. Because the 6 of hearts in this particular deck, it's like someone is coming to the rescue of these other people, you know? This might be related to what hasn't been spoken about, you know, what someone's being cagey about, or it's just about saying that communication will rescue you from this situation. Being open will kind of pull you out of the mire. But yeah, I do feel as though there is this stuck energy here, but I think this relationship or this situation has potential. So let's get your water elemental message, group 3. Yes, okay, the magic of the Cahellan Druid. Number 9, caution, secrecy, wary. So someone not speaking up, or someone keeping something to themselves. Maybe not being honest about their feelings or about what they want. Or just completely going silent, because I feel like for some of you, it's someone you were talking to, or someone that you're friends with, but you want more from them, and they've just kind of gone quiet on you. Okay, group 3, so your air elemental message is Barnabas and the Prince. Number 11, adventures, discovery, travel, meeting destiny. So some kind of fated meeting going on in February for you. It feels like things do turn around for you in this month from your current situation, which is very positive. Like, I mean, this looks very fated, doesn't it? Like the divine rescue coming in. Grace. So you've got the word grace here. That's your fire elemental message. So I guess being gracious about things, you know, grace could be someone's name here, but I feel like it's saying if someone has hurt you and you know that talking to them and acknowledging what you might have done is the only way to get around it, then you may have to just accept that. You know, you may have to accept their apology even if you don't really want to, if you want to continue this situation. Feels like you're going to have to be gracious with this person and not berate them or blame them for something, as difficult as that may be. So your message from the masculine, group 3, if you want to hear from a masculine, let's see what they have to say. Ra, power. Interesting. So a masculine feeling like they're not in their power and therefore feeling like they're pulling back, like they need to make space. Maybe you remind them through your own confidence or your own success that they are not fully in their power, or they're not living the life that they want to be. You know, and that's possibly what's leading them to hold something back or not be upfront with you in some way. So message from the feminine now, if you want to hear from a feminine, or if you are a feminine, then this can be a message from your higher self. Kuan Yin, compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. And that was what I was feeling with the grace card, was that you may have to just forgive this person if you want to move forward with the relationship, even if you don't feel like they deserve the forgiveness, or if you feel like they have to do more to earn the forgiveness. I feel like they're not going to do it. So it's your choice to talk to them and move on, or, you know, keep pushing them to make up for it if they're not going to do that, and then end up losing the relationship or making things more difficult. That's what the energy seems to be. Being gentle with yourself as well, like that love potion, self-love card. Minimize guilt, number 22. Interesting. Yeah, it does feel like there has been an argument here, or someone going quiet on you, not responding to messages, or responding in a very kind of, you know, brief, shutting you down way. So it's saying, please do not feel guilty for this, because this does not seem to be in any way your fault. This seems to be this person's own issues here. So please minimize any guilt you might be feeling. Cornucopia, number 11. I've noticed you've got number 11 twice now. So cornucopia, lots of abundance coming your way. This person is not going to be your only choice when it comes to love, and I kind of get that from this card as well. Finding this incredible crystal with the rainbow shooting onto it, you know, it's like hitting a gold mine in a sense. So there are going to be other people and other opportunities coming towards you, but it's your choice with what you want to do with regards to this particular connection. So now group 3, I'm going to get you an archetype card to see what people are coming towards you in February in love, what they're like. Hey, you've actually got 2 of these. Oh, 3 of these. Okay, so thief, number 1. Light attribute sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. And so these 3 cards, they could all be one person, they could be 2 or 3 separate people, and they don't have to all have the same, like, light and shadow attributes. You don't have to take both if they don't resonate. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't from this section. So child wounded is your next archetype. Light attributes, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. Shadow attributes, blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resists moving on through forgiveness. And finally, hero heroine. So light attribute is passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Shadow attribute is escapism and a false sense of heroism. So what I do get, especially from these 2 cards, is that someone may be holding back things that they've experienced in their past, not necessarily as a child even, just, you know, past wounds. And that might make them seem a little bit shady, because again, the thief is kind of hiding their face a little bit. You know, they're being cagey here, which is what these deception and honesty cards were about. You feel like someone's hiding something from you, when actually it may just be that they feel uncomfortable talking about it, rather than them specifically trying to hide something. Then we have Der Schatten, number 23, the shadow. So yeah, definitely shadow self, fear issues getting involved here. And Todessehnsucht, number 8, death wish. And that means when someone is feeling just very left out of everything. You see this person is in a very bleak, cold room, and then outside the window there's people having fun, looking carefree. It's like this person is trapped in their own mind, reliving past issues or seeing the fear, the shadow self, stopping them from moving forward. Then we have a change in the wind, number 12, and come to the edge, number 36. So being kind of, you know, seduced in a way, or tempted to talk to someone again when you feel like you shouldn't, or tempted to forgive someone when you think you've given them lots of chances already. But a change in the wind is nice because it does feel like these circumstances are going to improve, and there's going to be better opportunities for honesty and discussion in this month. Aster. The past is over, let your true self step forward. And I think that's a message for this person as well as for you. You know, not letting the past define them, or not letting past issues and situations hold them back. So let's get your charms on top, group 3, and see what they have to say. Just a quick disclaimer, if you don't like the sound of the charms, then just turn down the volume a bit while I shuffle them, because they can be loud. And I know some of you really love it and some of you really don't, so it's like a very split thing. So group 3, love life in February, what's coming up for you? Okay, so the letter G came out immediately. That could be someone's name, could be a word or a place. We've got a fire elemental there with the salamander, so fire elementals are helping you in this situation. We've got the baby tapir, so children may be involved, or this may go back to someone's childhood issues which are now affecting the love life at the moment. But also I see confidence issues when I get this charm, someone who doesn't like to speak up or is afraid to speak about what's on their mind. We've got the death charm as well, so change, transformation, endings, someone trying to get your attention. So I do feel with the notification bell, if you haven't had contact with someone for a while, or things just haven't been right in terms of communication, I do think that's going to change around soon. There is love here. Like I said, it feels like this is built on a good foundation. You need to make the right decisions for you and stop focusing so much on other people. It feels like you guys are really kind, really caring people who sometimes give too much of yourself, because it feels like you make your choices based on other people's approval or not wanting to hurt other people, rather than doing what's in your best interests for you personally. But contentment is coming your way. Really lovely. And with the deer there as well, the little fawn, it's a similar message to the baby tapir, a lack of confidence, also fear getting in your way, not wanting to speak up, not wanting to make choices for yourself, you know, always taking into account other people. We've got the measuring tape there, so things will measure up to your expectations. Keep those expectations positive. The lone wolf there, someone feeling lonely, someone wanting to talk, wanting to reach out. And finally this bull. The bulldog. When I get this, I just think of, you know, stubbornness. Someone who's grumpy as well, someone who isn't in the right mood at the moment. So I think this will change, that someone's mood will shift, or the energy will shift, or the circumstances will change that will allow you to have a proper discussion with this person. Let's get your dice on top. Number 3, and you are group 3. And we'll be rolling the mystery dice, because they're the third set that I have. How many of these dice for group 3? All 9. Wow. Okay, so group 3. Love life in February. Okay, so straight away I'm seeing the spider's web, feeling trapped, feeling like a situation isn't moving forward. And also the puppet. So yeah, definitely don't base your decisions based on anyone else other than yourself. Always put yourself as the forefront of your decisions. It feels like someone is working out what they want here with the calculator, figuring out what it is that they want. There's also this sense of isolation with that little house in the woods there, feeling alone, feeling like you're not being paid attention to. Also possibly someone choosing to retreat, someone choosing to spend time on their own, but still watching you. If someone has stopped talking to you or has kind of gone quiet, they are still watching your social media, or they are still, you know, trying to keep an eye out to see what's going on for you. Maybe they're asking friends, family members, what's happening with you. They don't want to let go of you, it feels. And it's like you just see the tip of the iceberg here. You just see like the surface of the problem without seeing the true issues. So someone is really not talking about what's on their mind, but it is soon going to come into the forefront. Like this person, I feel, is just going to pop back in without saying anything. Like they're just suddenly going to come out of the shadows and into the spotlight. We've got the siren there, so red flags possibly, or just being hyper aware that something's not right at the moment. I also again think of someone trying to get your attention when I get that dice. And finally the lighthouse, so kind of being guided to safer shores, being guided to make things better here, things working out in the best possible way for everyone involved in this situation, which is a lovely note to end your main reading on. So you guys, I really hope this resonated with you and that you enjoyed it. Definitely now go and check out your gnome. If you can remember which one you picked, you can just jump to the timestamp with his name. If you can't remember or you didn't choose at first, then just go back to the start of the video, choose whichever gnome you feel most intuitively drawn towards, and you will get your channel messages and a few extra messages from that gnome. And I'm going to get started with Gnome A, or Gismund. Hey there everyone who chose Gismund or Gnome A as your gnome, then this is going to be your additional messages, your channeled messages, and some extra cards. So let's try and get some channeled messages for you now and see what Gismund wants to tell you. Okay. So straight away I'm seeing the sun, which is great because the sunshine, I always think of masculine energy, but also of the sun in tarot. So happiness, things kind of coming out often after a difficult time, after a difficult journey or experience. So the sun kind of rising on your situation, Gismund's group, making you feel a lot better about what's been going on. I'm also seeing the beach, so that could be where you live or somewhere you're planning to go. Think of relaxing a lot with the beach, just kind of letting things happen, not actively going after anything. And now I'm also seeing like a hermit crab. Okay, so we're sticking with the beach theme. And the hermit crab obviously moves on when they've outgrown a shell. So I'm wondering if you guys are moving on from a relationship or situationship that you know isn't right for you anymore, and you're going out in search of someone who is the right fit for you. The color green is coming through for you guys as well. Number 8. Yeah, and I'm hearing move on, move forward. So that's your mantra right now. Move on, move forward, don't look back. And I'm seeing soup as well for some reason. So I personally think of soup as being something that's very nourishing. Again, often when we're ill or when we've had a tough time. So that could be metaphorical, or it could be literally saying, have some soup, you might feel better. So let's get you some cards, Gismund's group. Okay, so we've got Semyorka Bulov, the 7 of Wands, and this says Разногласия, so differences of opinion. I love that card, it's so funny. Then Шестерка Bulov, the 6 of Wands, Хорошая судьба, good fortune. And Sila, strength. So strong fire energy here, because these are all fire energy cards. We've got Leo Leo's energy popping up here. It feels like some of you just realize that someone is not the right fit for you, or someone is not giving you what you want and likely never will. So it does really feel like you guys are moving on. You're finding the strength to do that. You've wrestled through a very difficult situation, you know, overcome a lot of difficulties. Because all of these are showing some kind of physical strength, like beating something or wrestling something. And then with this card as well in the center, it's like saying fortune is now going to smile on you. You are going to hit the target. You are going to get what you deserve. So let's get your Oracle card, Whispering Woods Oracle card, Gismund's group. Reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. So some of you are learning to reconnect with your true selves after being, you know, just completely shut out from who you are authentically because of a bad relationship or even an abusive relationship. Some of you are reconnecting with someone from your past and trying again with that person, or realizing that they had feelings for you or you have feelings for them. So some of you reconnecting with an old friend and it turns into something more, or reconnecting with an ex or an old crush, etc. And I see things kind of taking a more interesting and exciting turn as far as that's concerned, because I always think of wands as being excitement and passion and fun and not worrying too much about the future. It's just about enjoying and living in the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, Gismund's group. Thank you so much to all of you for all of your support. Please do like, share and subscribe. If you enjoyed this, do comment below. Let me know how it resonated with you. And if you'd like to get more involved with what I do on the channel or show some support in a different way, then check out my description box, because I have lots of links in there to help you out with that. You can donate to the channel if you'd like to. Thank you so much to everyone who's done that via my PayPal link or my Amazon wishlist for new decks. Thank you to everyone who's left me a tip on Etsy. Thank you to all of my clients on Etsy as well for angel healing sessions, and to all of my patrons as well. If you'd like to become a patron on my Patreon page, definitely check it out, because I have exclusive content over there that might interest some of you. But have a great month ahead, Gismund's group. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for spending time with me here today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hey there, Gunvald's group. If you chose Gnome B or Gunvald, then this is your extra messages, your channeled messages, just to give you more of a personalized reading. So let's open up to some channeled messages now for you guys. I'm seeing water straight away and the color blue coming out quite vividly. So this could be about strong emotions or just about water element signs coming through. Yeah, it's like getting deeper and deeper now. We're going under the water. So I really do feel you guys being overwhelmed with emotions at the moment, or struggling to kind of discern what you're feeling because there's so much going on for you. I feel like you've been overloaded a little bit recently and might benefit from taking a step back and just, you know, checking in with yourself. I feel like you've become overly sensitive because you've been so overloaded with things that you now might find that loud noises, bright lights, harsh chemicals, off-the-cuff comments really affect you quite strongly when they normally wouldn't. I'm seeing a tower as well, and I don't think it's the tower in the tarot sense. I feel like it's a tower in the sense of being isolated, like at the top of the tower on your own looking out. So you guys definitely seem to have been feeling isolated, or feeling like you've had no one to turn to, or you've been cut off from other people or a special someone at the moment. And then I'm seeing clouds clearing. So this is good, you guys. It feels like, you know, the sun's going to come out. You're going to be able to overcome these worries and strong emotions, and things are going to come more calmly for you now. Because now I'm seeing like a little aeroplane just sailing through the sky very nicely. So that seems nice. That seems peaceful. This kind of roller coaster that you've been going through emotionally is soon going to settle down. And now I'm seeing gold, like the color gold, but also the metal, which is nice. Gold is always a good sign. So let's get you some cards, Gunvald's group. Okay, I also just heard a channeled message of it's already been, or it currently is, as hard as it's going to get. So this is like the hardest part for you now. Okay, so hopefully that's encouraging. Gunvald's group. So then you have Pitiorka Bulav, the Five of Wands, which makes sense with that stormy feeling that I was getting, that things aren't peaceful at the moment, or you've got lots of things vying for your attention, or lots of things affecting you emotionally. And it says Rost, which means growth. Then you have the Dvojka Mieche, the Two of Swords, so again uncertainty, and this says Zlost, rage. And finally, Четверка Bulav, the Four of Wands, and this says Bespokojstva, which is like worry or disquiet. So yeah, it definitely makes sense here with what I was just seeing there, the cards that have come out. So this particular deck says about this card that you're going to deal with something before it gets too big to handle. So it's like you're nipping something in the bud early before it gets out of control, which is good. It feels like you are going to be making a decision or making a change in the way that you behave so that you're no longer stuck at this crossroads. And it's interesting as well that we've got a few different feelings here, because Five of Wands I would describe as annoyance or competition or, you know, kind of irritation. This says anger or rage, and this says worry. So they're all coming from different places here, which is why I was sensing overload for you guys. And also in this deck, the Four of Wands, which is obviously a positive card, says you just need to deal with this a little bit longer and then it'll be all right. Just a little bit longer. So that makes complete sense with the message that I got for you guys as well. So let's just get you an oracle card from the Whispering Woods Oracle, and those will be your messages. Whoa, clearing. And I said I saw clouds clearing. Make room for growth. Wow, and we got that word growth there as well in Russian. So yeah, clearing, make room for growth. It's like you're clearing old energy or people from your life that just no longer bring you what you need, and therefore you're making room for lots of peace and calm, lots of new energy able to come in. So I hope this made sense, Gunvald's group. I really hope you enjoyed your readings today. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Please do like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Comment below. Let me know how it resonated with you. And for those of you who'd like to get more involved with what I do here on the channel, check out the description box for lots of links. You can follow me on my social media pages. You can become a patron if you'd like to get access to exclusive content on Patreon and get to know me a bit better. You can donate to me via my PayPal link for tips and donations, or my Etsy tips jar, or my Amazon wishlist for new decks if you're feeling very generous. And thank you to everyone who's donated. And also, if you check out my Etsy page, I am still offering angel healing sessions over there, so that's something that you can book as well if you're interested. But have a great month ahead. Gunvald's group, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hi there, Geir's group. If you chose Geir or Gnome C, then this is going to be your channeled messages and your extra cards, just to make the reading a bit more personalized for you. So I'm just opening up for channeled messages now. And I'm seeing a car. So when I see any kind of vehicle, I normally think of progress, like things speeding up, things moving forward in one determined direction. And okay, I'm seeing hills now, so I think you guys are kind of going through a few struggles at the moment, or have been through some difficulties when it comes to love, and it's like this hilly path or mountainous path. But I do see that kind of leveling out for you soon, and things getting more flat, more easy to just bob along with. I'm seeing a dandelion as well, so if one of you could go on Google and check out the symbolism of dandelion, that would be great. Just because I don't know it personally, if there's any special meaning for dandelion, and maybe just post it in the comments for other people who picked this pile, that would be so helpful. So I'm seeing dandelion, and I'm hearing keep going, like just keep going. Even if you're crawling forward, like I'm seeing now a picture of a person like crawling, so keep moving forward even if you're crawling, you know, just keep going in that direction. So that's great. And the color pink is coming out for you guys, and number 9 as well, which is good because 9 is about completion, so kind of coming to an end of a cycle. Yeah, this pink has now formed into like a rose quartz heart. So carrying rose quartz around with you could help you attract more love, could get you into right alignment with love. Working on heart chakra issues as well, issues of acceptance I'm hearing, self-acceptance is a key issue for you guys to work on. So let's get your cards, Geir's group, see what he has to tell you. Okay, so we've got Trojka Mечей, so the Three of Swords there, and this says Miłosierdzie, so like pity or mercy. Then Королева Чаш, so the Queen of Cups, and this says беременность, pregnancy. And finally Туз Мечей, the Ace of Swords, Sila, strength. Interesting. So we've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and possibly air signs like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming out for this reading. I do see that you've had it tough, you guys, and it feels like circumstances are finally going to change their tune. Like, they're going to have pity on you, they're going to take mercy, they're going to change and become just more gentle, more easy for you to cope with at this time. Some of you have been struggling with heartbreak or dating lots of people and just not seeming to click with them or find the right person. Then we have the Queen of Cups, pregnancy. So this could talk about having a strong connection with someone, feeling, you know, that completion that we were talking about with the number 9, like things getting to the end and then you get this lovely new beginning. So it does feel like this chapter is closing off for you. Pregnancy could mean in a physical sense for some of you. You might be pregnant or hoping to conceive soon. But I feel like for a lot of you it's about new opportunities, that fertility and abundance of love coming your way once things get smoother for you. And yeah, Tuż Mечей, Ace of Swords, new beginnings, fresh communication, new perspectives and ideas. So let's get you an oracle card as well from the Whispering Woods Oracle to finish off Gaia's group. Caution. Tread softly so as not to disturb the woodland floor. And that was kind of what I was feeling with the hilly path, that like it's still not over yet, but you're nearly at the end there. Things will start to ease out for you soon. But yeah, caution. It's like don't rush into things in love. Even if you really like someone, try and take it slowly, you know, especially if you're looking for something long term and potentially someone to start a family with. Take it slowly. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, is what I would say, Gaia's group. Always keep your options open until you're completely sure that this is the right person for you. So I hope you enjoyed this, Gaia's group. Thank you so much for spending your time with me here today. Please do like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Comment below, let me know how it resonated with you. And if you'd like to get more involved with what I do here on the channel, then check out my description box because I have lots of links in there. So you can go ahead and follow me on my social media channels if you'd like to do that. You can become a patron on my Patreon page if you're interested in getting access to exclusive content. And you can also donate to the channel. I have a PayPal link for tips and donations. I have a tips jar over on Etsy, and I also have my Amazon deck wish list for anyone who is feeling especially generous. Thank you to all of you who have donated or are patrons or have been patrons in the past. And I'm still offering angel healing sessions on Etsy for anyone interested in that as well. But I hope you have a great month ahead, Gaia's group, and thank you for spending time with me here today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Take care. Hi there, Gjord's group. If you chose Gjord as your gnome, then this is going to be your extra messages, channeled messages, and a few extra cards, just to make it more personalized for you. So I'm just going to open up now for some channeled messages, see what comes through for you guys. So I'm seeing a dragon quite quickly. So there's strong fire elemental energy either within you personally, as in you have strong fire sign energy, or just fire elementals are around you helping you out. And I'm hearing wisdom, so you are able to gain wisdom from these kind of unseen forces, these fire elementals who are helping you. Black and red coming through very strongly. And I'm hearing that wearing or just carrying around or having in your house some kind of volcanic rock like lava stone will really help you to connect to this energy. So that might be something you want to look into. I'm also seeing aloe vera. I don't know if there's a special message, like a special symbolism or meaning to aloe vera. You might want to Google that. Maybe post it in the comments if you find something. That would be really helpful. To me, aloe vera is just about soothing and calming. So maybe this is about bringing you guys back from a very toxic time or a very kind of turbulent time into a more calming energy. Yeah, because I'm now seeing a dragon kind of curling up and going to sleep, like a dormant thing. So it's like the volcano has erupted and then become dormant again. Like, you know, you've had this big shake-up, this big turbulent time, and now it's about settling down into peaceful, more calming energies. I'm now seeing the temperance from the Taро, so that makes sense. And also that is Sagittarius energy as well. And then I'm seeing diamond. Wearing diamond might be helpful too. Diamond, I think of clarity, crystal clarity as well. And you're being told to value yourselves, Gjord's group. Value yourself. Don't settle for anything less than what you're worth. Value yourself as higher than what you've been through. Respect yourself. Don't settle, you guys. So I'm going to get you some cards and see what Gjord has to say to you guys. Okay, so we've got Koroleva Chash, the Queen of Cups, and that says Beremennost, which means pregnancy. Then we have Tuz Chash, so Ace of Cups, and that says Udovolstvie, satisfaction. And finally Rytsar Bulav, the Knight of Wands, and this says Karriera, career. Okay, so what I'm seeing is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then Aries, Leo, Sagittarius popping out again. I am seeing that you guys are coming to a sense of completion and fulfillment and moving on to something better. Because with like the Queen of Cups there and then the Ace of Cups, it's like the ending of one thing, the beginning of another, because Queen of Cups is nearly at the end of that suit. And also with the phase, the word pregnancy there, that makes me think of fulfillment, completion as well. This very full energy. So for some of you, pregnancy may be literal, like you are trying to get pregnant or you are currently pregnant or hoping to find someone that you can settle down and have a family with. But for many of you, the pregnancy word is about fulfillment, completion, and abundance of new opportunities. So kind of new fertile opportunities, because of course that is what the Ace of Cups is about. It's satisfaction, fulfillment, happy new feelings, and you know, lots of lovely new opportunities coming your way in love. And this could be the Knight of Wands coming your way, someone who is passionate, someone who is exciting, but also career focused in this deck, which is interesting because normally that's the realm of the Pentacles cards, but here this is someone who is very serious about their career, wants to succeed, is very ambitious, etc., but also an exciting person, very fun to be around. And let's get you your Oracle card from the Whispering Woods deck, Gjord's group. Wow, wish. Make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. So wishes possibly coming true, being fulfilled, the sense of fulfillment that we were talking about in February. So maybe your dream person comes into your life, or things just work out in a wonderful way for you in February, in a way that you didn't expect was possible or could happen. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this, Gjord's group. Thank you so much for spending time with me here today. Please do like, share, subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, comment below. Let me know how it resonated. And if you'd like to get more involved with what I do here on the channel, then check out my description box. There's lots of links in there to help you do that. You can go and follow me on my social media pages. You can become a patron on my Patreon page if you'd like to get access to exclusive content that I post there and just get to know me a bit better. If you'd like to donate to the channel, then thank you, and thank you to everyone who has done that. You can do that via PayPal. I have a link there for donations and tips. You can donate via my Etsy tips jar or buy my Amazon deck wish list if you'd like to send a new deck to the channel. That would be great. And yeah, thank you to everyone that's done that and everyone that has been or is a Patreon. And yeah, you can also check out my Etsy page. I am offering angel healing sessions there. So if that interests you, check it out. And I hope you have a great month ahead. Gjord's group, thank you so much for spending time with me here today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care.